Hey, what's up, everybody? It's Starlights Man with a new video coming at you with just a progress update for this past week. Going to be going through some new models that I received and also just talking about the design features for the O'Hare Model Airport. So as you can see, I basically started Terminal 5. You can see I have all these aircraft just basically waiting around in a giant mess before I actually put them into the terminals themselves, before I actually organize all that. But as for now, I've just organized Terminal 5, very basic, design. Starting at the top over here. The real plan for this was to have a runway that starts here. So we have one runway going here on the side, and then you can have another runway going this way. That'll extend all the way down there, and I still need to organize these pieces of wood, etc., stuff like that. I still need to paint them, but I'll get to that later. So there's going to be 2 runways so far that I've pretty sure I'm going to include them, and then hopefully if I have space I can include on the other side of that runway that runs along here. I can include some cargo and stuff. So yeah, just some FedEx aircraft, UPS, and obviously some international cargo carriers. But other than that, Terminal 5, basically just put all my international models in here. So Copa, SAS, Etihad, Asiana, BA, plenty of others that I just lined up along this terminal. And basically how it's looking is it'll just run all the way along here, including just a bit of an extension to the actual T5, which is planned to have some extra space for future growth. So basically I'm just implementing that because I'm going to have maybe 10 to 20 models at a time at the Terminal 5. So I need to basically have all that space available. So it's going to run all the way along there. And then basically my plan for here, as you can see I have some new models, but here I plan to basically build some hotels and just a nice little entrance for the Terminal 5 and pretty much the entire airport. I might build these other entrances around to the other parts of the airport. I don't know if I'll do that or not, but as for now I just have a plan for T5 to have some nice little entrance here. I'll definitely kind of spice this up and print out some building windows and also hotel windows, because I do plan to build some hotels. Maybe even roads, for the foils, just building some roads to go along here and, into some, parking, stuff like that, garages. And I don't know about an ATC tower, but I might get to that as well. So that's pretty much the where I am in terms of T5 and just how it's looking. At a very basic level, I haven't really done too much with this, but I do plan to obviously keep going with it. But as you can see, I did get 4 new models. They're all narrow bodies, and all from different airlines. And as you can see, we have a Delta A320. I can finally include this. I never have got any Delta Airbuses, wide body or narrow body. And this is always the aircraft that seems to be flying to Minneapolis, other than a few, MD-88s or MD-90s, which I do have already. But finally, the Delta A320, which will mainly be doing flights to Minneapolis, like I said, and maybe some others like Salt Lake, depending on where I need it or not. But I definitely like the look of it. Definitely some good detail. Really love that. So that's cool. Moving on, the American 738. I did have the money to get another American aircraft, and I just thought, there's been so many retros released, especially recently, so I just said to myself, I already have the TWA retro, so I was thinking, well, I already have one, do I really need a second one? But I just decided to go with it anyway, since it looked really cool. I really like the AirCal livery, just kind of this nice yellow to sort of dark red, pinkish, orange type sort of livery. That just goes along the whole fuselage and up towards the tail where it says AirCal. So that's really cool. Definitely happy to have that, and that's about my 7th or 6th 738 for the American Airlines collection, so that's cool. Moving on to Frontier A320 now. I've never had any Frontier aircraft other than the A319, which is in the old Frontier livery by Gemini Jets, and I believe it was Velocity models. They came out with an A320, and I was really excited that I was going to get that one, but then I saw, I think it was Air Classics who also released one as well. Maybe they released an A321, but I was definitely going to go with one of those two, and it actually just never happened. Excuse me. And then Gemini Jets ended up coming out with an A320 themselves with Sharklets, and I just saw this one available, and I just thought I really needed to get this. So, very exciting, just because Frontier, they're kind of all over the country nowadays. They don't really have too much of it. I mean, they do have a base in Denver, but they also, have tons of flights out of Chicago, San Francisco, LA, in the Northeast, wherever. So you always find Frontier also in leisure destinations, because they are a low-cost airline, and that's primarily probably what they're going to be serving, the low-cost market, the leisure market, whatever. So it's exciting. I can finally get another Frontier aircraft since they're pretty popular now, compared to where they used to be. So exciting. I can finally include that, and that's also with the new livery. So that's yeah, it's got green on it. Also with the sharklets, which is cool. You can see on the edge there's like a bear on the edge of the wingtip, and that's also on the outside of it. Or no, it's just blue on the outside of it. But then the tail is of a nice, cool bear. If it'll just stand still, that'd be nice. And then it also has some great details. That's with the new Gemini Jets A320s, such as antennas, etc. So that's, yeah, awesome. Moving on, we have the Alaska 739. This is my second in the fleet, so it's good to finally update my Alaska aircraft as well. I only have one of the 739s with the new livery, and I have like a 738 and a 737-700 in the old liveries. So it's good to just get some updated liveries from Alaska, since they're definitely expanding in the San Francisco Bay Area, and just wherever they want to go. So definitely happy to include them, and great to have these 4 models. All in all, just some new narrow bodies to some bigger American airlines nowadays. But other than that, that's pretty much it for this nice little progress update. Just wanted to go through the basics of T5 and just expanding upon it. I'm definitely going to get some more building windows for this area here. Basically all of this. And then I might even paint the top with like gray or something, just to make it more realistic. And then, this entrance will have like welcome to Chicago O'Hare International Airport or something like that. And then we're just going to have some nice little roads here, probably a parking garage, hotels, etc. And that's really the base plan for it right now. Some other stuff I do have big plans for, such as painting these other boards, and that continues through all here, all down there. So I really need to get to that, but it definitely takes time, and I just want to focus on the smaller things, I guess, for now, especially with the amount of time I'm going to be getting in the spring break, along with the summer break, and the spring break is only about 3 weeks away for me, so it's definitely, it's not too far away, and I can just spend my time doing that. So other than that, that's pretty much it for this update. Thank you very much for watching. I'll see you guys in the next one, and bye.